So you were there for her, kind, supportive, patient, everything she said that she was looking for in a partner. And then she says, but I don't see you that way. So now you're in what they call the deadly friend zone. Today, I want to talk about that phrase because the friend zone conversation reveals something deeply important about what men have been taught to think about women, attraction, and what they're owed. And it's worth examining, even if it's uncomfortable. Welcome to the Dating Rulebook is Wrong series. I'm Mariana, dating and relationship coach, and today we are going to talk about the friend zone. Let's get honest. This friend zone framing has quietly taught a lot of men to see female friendship as a failed romantic strategy, as a loss, instead of what it actually is. And that framing can do a lot of damage. It shapes how men relate to women generally. It sort of distorts how men understand attraction itself. So before you ever say the words friend zone again, I want you to actually understand what's happening beneath them. So let's break this down. Here is what the friend zone actually is. A woman decides that she wants a friendship with you, not romance. That is the entire event. And she is not doing anything wrong by deciding that. She's not playing games. For the most part, again, when I talk about these things, of course, there are women who are playing games, who are being deceptive, etc. I'm not talking about those outliers. So again, she's not playing games. She's not stringing you along. She's not failing to appreciate you. She's simply communicating a preference, same way that you would communicate a preference about something else in your life. And she does not owe you attraction in exchange for your kindness, for your support, for your love. Attraction isn't a transaction that gets triggered by good behavior. Now, again, it is up to you to say, okay, I feel like I am being taken advantage of in this friendship dynamic because I know I have feelings for her. So if you are being completely depleted, then it is your job to walk away. You don't have to support her. You don't have to hang out with her, right? If you are waiting to get something in return, you're not doing it for the right reasons. So here's what the friend zone framing actually reveals. And I think this is the uncomfortable part. I know a lot of you are probably going to get mad at me, but we're just going to go ahead and make this video. Some men, I'm not saying all, again, some men enter friendships with women as a strategy towards romance. They're patient, available, attentive, not purely because they enjoy her company, but because secretly they're hoping it converts to something more. And so when it doesn't convert, they feel deceived. They feel robbed. But again, she never agreed to that contract. It was an invisible contract that she was not aware of. That resentment that is built is almost always a transaction that she didn't even know she signed up for. It's one that existed completely in his head. And what's usually missing when attraction doesn't develop, and I've talked about this in past videos, it's not the kindness and niceness that's the problem. So what is? And that's the trick question. When a woman is simply not attracted to you, you can't force it, right? And the moment you try to twist yourself and do things that would make her attracted to you, you are losing your identity. You're losing your confidence because you are tailoring yourself around her. And it's going to sting even more when she still rejects you. And so instead of figuring out how can I make her attracted to me, your energy is better served directed to a woman who will. And it doesn't mean that you have to stop being her friend, but oftentimes if you're really attracted to her and you're hoping that things work out, but she doesn't reciprocate those feelings, you're going to get even more hurt if you continue to hang out with her. I had a friend who they agreed to be friends. She clearly told him, I am not attracted to you. I never will. But I think in his head, he thought, okay, maybe if I'm nicer, if I act more like a gentleman, I take her to shows, and they hung out a lot, but she had stated clearly, right? I am not attracted to you, and that will never change. Fast forward, he got pretty upset because they went on what he thought was a date. For her, it was just a hangout, right? And so that resentment built and built. He thought, I'm showing her a good time. I'm being nice to her. I'm being the best friend. And how can she still reject me? Maybe there are those stories where the woman finally falls in love with the best friend. But I don't want you to cling to those stories because your energy is best solved elsewhere. There is a woman out there who is going to appreciate your humor, your kindness, your patience, and be attracted to you. Let go of that attachment to make it work with this woman who you so badly want, but she only will see you as a friend. And that is tough to hear, but you cannot force someone to like you. You cannot convince them to see you in a different light. And it is not worth trying. So if your strategy is to be a friend first in hopes that then she will fall in love, it's not going to work. A woman is either interested or not. And so if you are interested in someone, say so early, clearly, respectfully, and most importantly, without pressure. Something like, hey, I'm interested in pursuing things further. Just plain raw honesty. And honesty, said simply without an agenda, is far more attractive than months of vague availability and support in hopes that she might fall in love with you, in hopes that she will like you more than a friend. Clarity in that moment may cost you something in the moment, a possible no, a possible rejection, but it saves you months and months, sometimes years, of investing in something that was never going to turn into anything. So I want to say this so plainly. Women don't owe men attraction in exchange for presence or support. Nobody owes anybody attraction. That's not how it works, both for men and for women. But here's what I've seen also consistently. Men who are honest about their interest early and clearly, they are respected for it. Because the woman knows, oh, he's not playing any games. He's putting his cards on the table, being honest, and they almost feel more comfortable with saying yes or no. The resentment that comes in bundled with the friend zone is almost always about a transaction that was never really agreed to by the other party. It's not that she did something wrong to him most of the time. It's that he made that agreement with himself in his head. Something that she completely never knew about. So here's the reframe I want you to take from this. Be clear about what you want and say it. Do not think that, oh, if I do X, Y, and Z and I'm the perfect friend, then she will fall in love with me. You are already starting to create that invisible contract that she has no knowledge of. And guess who it's going to serve? Neither party, because it's either going to make you more resentful when she doesn't agree to that contract, and it's just going to waste months or years of your life investing in something that's never going to turn into anything. So the more clear and honest you are, you'll be genuinely at peace with whatever the answer is, whether it's a yes or a no. That combination, right? The honesty and clarity is actually one of the most attractive things a man can bring. Not because it guarantees a yes and that she's going to like you. It doesn't. It can also guarantee a rejection no matter how honest and confident and clear you are. But what it does, it removes that quiet performance, the hidden agenda, the invisible contract, the slow burn resentment. So I know when people say friend zone, people take that as such a negative thing. But you can change what that zone looks like. You don't have to take part of that zone if you don't want to. If you want to be her friend, knowing that you're never going to get anything in return, then so be it. Right? You have to get clear about what you want. If you want just a pure friendship with a woman, great. The friend zone shouldn't be negative. If you get into a friend zone with a woman you're hoping that things would develop with and she's not attracted to you, you can step out of that zone and look somewhere else. You don't owe her loyalty and support and love. It's your choice. You could either be in the friend zone happily because you accept it for what it is, or you can be miserable in it, wasting weeks, months, years of your life. It is up to you to jump out of it and pursue somebody else. I know it can be hard to do. Nobody likes rejection. We all want that person to like us. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's time to start accepting that. Friend zone doesn't always have to be negative. I'm here to support with anything when it comes to dating, relationships. You know where to find me. Link in the description to book a call, and I'll see you next time.